Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the Mpow H5. These are wireless Bluetooth active noise cancelling headphones that sell for $50, making them relatively affordable, but it's also the flagship headphones of Mpow, which is a brand that you can see pretty commonly on Amazon and other e-commerce sites. It comes with this hardshell carrying pouch as part of the value, and it includes a auxiliary cable as well if you want to use it in wired mode. Otherwise, it charges using micro USB, takes about an hour and a half to charge, and battery life is rated at roughly 9 hours or so with ANC and Bluetooth turned on. If you're only using it in Bluetooth mode, it can get upwards of 13 hours in our testing, and you can also use it in wired mode with ANC, or you can just use it as a wired pair of regular headphones, and it doesn't consume any power at all. So taking a closer look at the design of these headphones first, it looks fairly, I would say, generic. It's not anything too popping or different, mostly because the use of materials here is basically just plastic, including glossy material on the plates, which does attract a fair amount of fingerprints, and some soft touch accents on the sides. What I do like, however, is that there's a slight protrusion on the edge here. This extra space means that if you're wearing glasses, you can still put these headphones on and listen to music very comfortably. The headband on top is generously padded with memory foam, and as a whole, it remains a pretty comfortable overall experience. Again, very traditional looking as far as design is concerned. These headphones do fold down for easier transportation and portability. On the cups themselves, we have the micro USB port for charging. We have an LED status light. It will blink blue when it's connected to a phone. There is a Bluetooth key that you can tap on for a few seconds to turn the Bluetooth mode on, and there's also volume adjustments on the side. For the other cup, there's a dedicated switch that we can use to turn on ANC, where we see a green LED that will pop onto life, and also the auxiliary port. Now, it's worth noting that these headphones are not waterproof or really sports-oriented, so make sure you don't submerge them in water, and you should be fine. So when it comes to the audio quality and the listening experience, I would say that they sound better than expected, especially in terms of bass. They are actually quite rich, so if you are a bass head, you listen to EDM tracks quite frequently, you watching movies with them, they definitely come across as quite strong in the lower frequencies. I would say mids can get slightly muffled, but still performs pretty well. Trebles and highs also sound relatively clean. Overall, it's a very round, very clean sound, which is something that's surprising. Even if you pause the track as you're listening to it, you won't hear any static or any distortion. Although I wouldn't call them audiophile grade, they certainly sound above average for $50 noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones. And although they also lack the Qualcomm aptX certification, which helps with latency and matching the audio to videos, I still found them to be quite acceptable. When I was watching a few YouTube videos previously, I didn't encounter any issues where the audio and the video were out of sync with one another. Otherwise, in terms of active noise cancellation, it's probably one of the weaker elements of these headphones, which is a little disappointing. Now, to be fair, these are over-ear style headphones, so by nature of this design, your ear is sitting on the inside, and they already isolate a good amount of noise. Again, they are very comfortable because of the generous padding. You can definitely wear these for hours and hours and not notice any stress or strain. With that being said, it's the passive noise isolation that's really doing, I think, a lot of the work here. The active part is all right, but I would say only reduces about 75, maybe 80% of the noise. For things like cars and plain engine sounds, it still does a pretty effective job of blocking those noises out, but you can still hear a little bit in the background. And also for mids and highs, things like maybe people talking and bells, it isn't really quite as effective. So that's the Mpow H5. They have a few things going for them. Number one being the comfort, they have an ergonomic shape, and they are really lightweight, despite being over-ear style headphones. It's similar in size to something like a Bluetooth Turbine T3, but the T3s are almost twice the weight, so you can definitely wear these for longer before noticing any stress or strain. Number two would probably be the sound quality. They sound better than, again, the category here. Even active noise canceling headphones that sell for maybe $100 to $150 don't necessarily sound as good as these in terms of the bass. With that being said, mids and highs are not quite as crystal clear as true audiophile grade headphones, but it already sounds really good. There's no static, again, there's no distortion at all. Now, weaknesses would be that the active noise canceling component isn't quite as strong. It's functional, but it could be improved upon in a next generation model. So you can check out more details about the Mpow H5 in the links down below. Overall, these are a good value-oriented pair of wireless headphones with better sound than expected, although the ANC could be, again, improved upon, but they feel comfortable. Thanks for watching here, OS Reviews. That's been the Mpow H5 ANC wireless Bluetooth headphones.